up, y'all? So I got a little bit of a revelation earlier and I wanted to speak on it. It's about situations where people in your life might have done you wrong and you don't know what to do about it. You might not be able to be forgiving as you want to be, and you might be angry, you might be upset. That person might have done you really wrong and you don't know what your first step is to get out of that, right? First thing, when it comes to forgiveness, a lot of people don't do, but you have to go to the word. And I'm talking to the people who really truly love God and really want to live through his word and really want to live through his commandments. So you have to read about forgiveness. You have to read about what the commandments say about forgiveness, what the verses say about forgiveness. It will help you so much, tremendously. I cannot give you one specific scripture. Why? Because everybody is going to be different and all of you are going to need different scriptures for your specific situation. So I don't really do that whole thing. But what I will say is, for me and my situation, I believe that the first thing that I need to do right now, because I've already done the forgiveness and not having hate in my heart, because that took a long time. Okay, took a long time. But I've already done that process, and now I believe that where I am being led to is to pray for individuals without taking on the burden of what they suffer from. And whew, it was just kind of like, it was kind of deep for me, because like at the same point in my mind, you know, you can be frustrated about a situation, not mad, but you can just be frustrated, like, man, like, what do I have to do with that person? Like, I'm not involved with that person. I'm not talking to that person. I don't feel like praying for that person. That person might not even want prayer. You know, you could be feeling that way about the situation, but you're not thinking about the fact that when the Father wants us to pray about a situation, he wants us to give the problem, the situation, the spiritual stronghold to him. It ain't about them. It's not about them trying to reconnect with you, rekindle stuff with you. It is about you giving the Father your praise. And by doing that, you are also trying to save souls and send souls to God. There are so many people sending souls away from God, and God is counting that. Okay? All of that is being remembered. All of the souls that you're sending down to hell is being remembered. So you have to understand, the souls that you take to God is also being remembered. He's also going to come back and be like, man, like, you saved this many lives and you did it by the grace, not off of what you wanted to happen in your life. You did that because you allowed me to give you grace and peace on the situation, and you prayed for them out of the kindness of your heart. Not off of what everybody else was saying about them. Not because you want them to treat you better. You pray for them so that their soul can be saved. And that's what God is looking at. Like, literally, that's it. And also, I found out recently that we should not just be praying any type of prayers. Okay? There's so many people going around like talking about, oh yeah, just you know what I'm saying, you don't got to get down on one knee, you don't got to get down on your knees, you just pray to him like you're talking to me right now. How many of y'all, with the way you talk right now, would do the same thing in an interview? Why don't we give God that same respect when we talk to him? And why don't we look at ourselves and say, why isn't this how I should talk throughout the daily basis? We're all working on it. Don't get me wrong. We're all working on it. But who's going to say something? Who's going to say something? There's so many people going around today. It is a popular quote. Don't judge me. Only God can judge me. Really? So you only want God to judge you, but you're not even listening to God? Do you talk to God every day? Does he respond? Have you asked yourself why? So many people want to say, don't judge me, God will judge me. Do y'all really want to get to heaven with y'all last judgment? Because getting to heaven is y'all last judgment. Y'all do realize that, right? Getting to heaven is your last judgment. It's not your first judgment. It's your last judgment. It's the judgment that's going to send you either to hell or to heaven. Y'all want that to be y'all judgment? Or would you rather somebody that God is allowing to use tell you about yourself? And not in a negative way. Not somebody who's trying to insult you, but somebody who's trying to convict you because of what the word says. There's a long, oh my gosh, like y'all, there's such a difference in people who are claiming to have the love of God, but want to insult you just so you can see that you're doing wrong, rather than just telling you what the word says. It's a difference, y'all. You have to know who you're talking to, because everybody ain't walking with God like they should. And I'm sorry on behalf of the people who are not loving God the right way. And we all got things we got to work on. Because, baby, I am not perfect. But I will tell you this. There is a way that God is trying to connect with you. And it might be through other people. It might be through a smell. It might be through an experience. It might be through an energy. And your spirit is not sensitive to it yet. So you have to be able to start getting to know God for yourself. Because everybody can't save you. But understand, judgment is not always a bad thing, y'all. It can be conveyed by the wrong person. It can be conveyed by the wrong person. But all judgment is not bad. If I'm going out on a date with you right now, I'm judging you. If you don't open the door for me, if you don't talk to me a certain way, if you try to order my food and don't give me a choice, if you sit down before I sit down, I'm judging you. It's not in a wrong way. It's off of my preference. If I don't like that man, like, okay, I'm judging him for that. I don't have to insult him, but I'm judging you. And if this is not something that I want, then I'll gracefully walk away. I don't have to tear you down. I don't have to make you feel less than who you are. I can just say, man, this is just not for me. But you live your life. You be blessed. But understand, everybody has things that they have to judge about somebody. We all have to judge. You have to stop looking at judgment in such a negative light. It's just people who are doing it negatively. It's a different way of thinking about it, y'all. We have to change our perspectives. And that's all I want to tell y'all today, because I don't want this video to be too long. But I wanted to tell y'all about, what God was telling me, because I need to start praying for the people who've done me wrong, right? Because we are all dealing with things. We all suffer through things. But when I pray for them, I'm not going to pray for them in a way of, man, I'm going to pray for them because I want them to treat me right. I want them to see how they did me wrong. No, I'm going to pray for their hearts. I'm going to pray that they're not mentally unstable. I'm going to pray that they live a great and blessed life by following the word of God. This ain't about me. This ain't about me. And baby, it ain't about you either. Pray for people so that those people can be saved. Not so that they can treat you right. But that's what God is working on me about. Because, before, like I told y'all, I'm not perfect. Like, if people do me wrong, I just be like, oh, okay. All right, well, you do you. I accept who they are, but I don't have to deal with who they are. But I also wasn't like, I'm not about to pray for them. What am I praying for them for? They don't want to get prayed for? Why am I saving her? She don't want to be saved? Why am I saving him? He don't want to be saved? Baby, listen. I'm telling y'all, I wrote a poem about it. This was me, okay? This was me. We all have things that we have to work on in our lives. But we have to start praying for people with a pure heart. With a pure heart. God is working on all of us, but we have to start praying with people from a pure heart. We have to stop thinking it's all about us. This life is so short, and I wish people would understand the meaning of that. Because so many people think that this is the life where they're supposed to have this and that, and it's supposed to be fireworks. This is not the life. There is eternity, y'all. We need to be living for our life of eternity. Like, this short amount of time that we have on this earth, it might look like a lot to y'all, but it's not. 100 years ain't a lot. 125 years ain't a lot. Compared to eternity, we have to start living for eternity. Why are we having sex with all of these people when it's not going to give us eternity? Why are we cursing so much when it's not going to give us eternity? Why are we stealing so much crap so we can make a band when it's not going to give us eternity? Why don't we think about these things? Because the devil wants to manipulate you and make you think that this life is more important than eternity, when it's not. It's just not, y'all. Hopefully I made sense. I didn't want this video to be that long, but I'm sorry. Hopefully y'all got something out of what I said. I'm going to be posting a lot more. I just set up my microphone in my room, so we gonna see how that works. Y'all. I'm excited because I got something to say. And I hope that everybody that needs to hear it is able to hear it. I know my teachings are not going to be for everybody, and baby, I am okay with that, because I do not want that much power. Nope. It's only one me. It's only one me, and I want to be able to get in touch and touch the hearts from God for the people that need to hear it from me. That's all I want to do. I just want to live for him, and I want to be able to make my monetary value from serving him. And there were so many things that were trying to deter me from that, and I realize now, the more that I'm into things, like by being fired, you know what I'm saying, like being a single mom now, like I realized that a lot of things I was supposed to be doing on my own, because it was a consequence of, you know, me not following God the way that I should have, not being with the right person, you know what I'm saying? But everything that the devil wanted to make and the enemy wanted to make so ugly, God turned it into something so beautiful. And I want to let you guys know that can happen for you too. And I'm going to go more into depth on that with my following videos. But for now, I hope that I was able to reach who I needed to and tell that testimony who I needed to tell it to, and hopefully you guys understood me. If you don't, write a comment. I usually respond back to all my comments. When I start getting up there, I'm talking about like thousands of comments and stuff like that, I might not be able to get to all y'all, but I might hire somebody that can. I might. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? The way God is moving, you know, you never know. So I love y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later, and be blessed, okay?